Right now, AI is brilliant at refactoring massive code bases, but it will also confidently tell you to walk 50 meters to a car wash to wash your car. Think about just how insane that is. Andrej Karpathy, one of the sharpest minds in AI, recently said something that explains exactly why this happens. AI today is still an intern. It's brilliant at some things, but insanely dumb at others. He calls it jagged intelligence. And that is exactly why the next decade is not just about learning AI. It's about learning the human skills that become more valuable because of AI. This is your edge. The better AI gets, the more valuable certain uniquely human capabilities are going to become. These are 10 skills that are not going away in the age of AI. In fact, according to Karpathy, he emphasizes that these 10 skills are the absolute keys to thriving in the AI age. And we're going to go through them with no order of importance because each of them are completely relevant for what's coming next. So let's get started. The first skill that Karpathy highlights is critical thinking. Look, AI can generate brilliant answers all day long, but you still need to know, does this make sense? What is missing? What could go wrong? It's not only Andrej, but many other leaders of AI who point out that critical thinking is the biggest skill in the age of AI. What is critical thinking? It's the ability to evaluate information rather than simply accept it. It's not about having answers, but knowing when and how to question. Let me show you exactly what this looks like in our example from before. Without critical thinking, the AI says walking 50 meters to a car wash is the best option, and you can blindly accept the answer. But with critical thinking, you pause and ask, wait a minute. If I'm going to a car wash, don't I need my car with me? That brings us directly to number 2, judgment. AI is an intern entity. That means you are responsible for judgment, which is fundamentally a human skill. Where does judgment come from? It comes from your experience, it comes from context, it comes from knowledge, and it comes from values. So even with AI doing the heavy lifting, Karpathy reminds us that you remain fully responsible for the final call, the direction, the decision, and more importantly, the consequences. At number 3 is one that everyone is talking about these days, and it's a massive focus. It's called taste. Think about it. AI can create endless options in seconds, but choosing what is elegant, what is useful, what's simple, meaningful, and emotionally resonant is still deeply human. Now at number 4, we move to something called understanding. Personally, I think this may be the biggest one on the entire list. You can outsource your thinking, but you can't outsource your understanding. What do we mean by this? Let's delve deeper. AI is not magic, it's leverage. And people who win in the AI age will be the ones who don't blindly depend on AI, but they will be the ones who become exceptionally good at directing it. Now we are at number 5, another core pillar of Andrej's philosophy, oversight. Karpathy repeated this many times and comes back to this idea. You still need a human in the loop. AI can execute flawlessly, sure, but humans need to supervise, verify, and catch failures, especially because of that jagged intelligence we just spoke about. Now let's get into number 6. This is spec writing and direction. This is one of the strongest ideas. The future skill is not necessarily coding every single detail yourself or writing everything. It is designing the spec clearly enough for agents to execute. This is huge. People who can define what should happen, the constraints, the edge cases, the desired outcomes, and the quality standards. These are the people who will become extremely valuable. This is basically thinking clearly enough to direct intelligence. Now we are already at number 7, which flows directly from his vision of the future, asking the right questions. AI is becoming the execution layer. Human increasingly will become directors, reviewers, architects, and decision makers. What does that mean for you? It means framing problems becomes infinitely more important than solving every tiny subtask manually. And now we are already at number 8. It's called systems thinking. And we frame this around understanding how all the pieces connect together. For example, imagine the AI used email addresses incorrectly instead of persistent user IDs. Fixing that is not just a matter of taste, it's a matter of systems understanding. Understanding the dependencies, the workflow, the identity, incentives, failure modes, and infrastructure. This becomes absolutely critical. The next one at 9, and one Karpathy warns you cannot avoid, is mastering tools. It's an underrated point, and it says the best people are not passive AI users. They deeply invest in workflows, in setups, in tooling, in orchestration, and agent systems. Karpathy compares this to mastering developer environments in the past. Look at it in a similar way. It's similar to a mediocre photographer owning a camera versus a master cinematographer. The tool matters, but mastery of it even matters more. And finally, we're at number 10, learning faster than everyone else. Karpathy points out that AI is changing monthly, even weekly. Because of that pace, the people who will not necessarily be the smartest ones in the room. They will be the fastest and quickest learners. Because at the end of the day, AI is not magic, it is leverage. And as Andrej emphasizes, the people who win in the AI age will not be the ones who blindly depend on AI. They will be the ones who become exceptionally good at directing it. AI may become the most powerful tool humanity has ever built, but tools do not decide the future. People do. Thank you for joining in.